From YouTube, Nerd on the Internet said starting in a few minutes. Gore delayed.
This thing. Alright. Let's get to building things. Yeah, so we're back for another live build of an SG kit. Today...
From YouTube, Marcel Mendieta said hello.
Hello Marcel, how you doing? Alright. I'm gonna try to go back to doing at least 2 kits per week. The schedule may be a bit irregular, but oh well. So today we're building this, or rather, too far.
From YouTube, Hattori Hanzo said hey you.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, today we're building this. How you doing, Hattori, Mr. Hanzo? And today we're building the RX-79G EZ8, EZ-8, or EZ8, depending on how you pronounce it. So Gundam EZ8 or EZ8. I wonder if, well, yeah, the American, well, places where they say Z as Z, it's EZ8, but EZ8, I guess, also accepted. Yeah, E.F.G.F first production. So it's not a prototype, it's like a mass-produced mobile suit, but the first of its kind. So it was seen in the MS-08, Z-8, not the 8th, the 08th MS Team OVA. I think it's like the second, at some point the regular mobile suit gets blown up or destroyed or something, and he had to get a new one. And I think this is the upgrade. It's like an improvement over the original one. It still looks like a GM. He has an antenna, not a horn, antenna, which is a bit more realistic when you think about it. Why do you need the horn in the first place? You're not a... Yeah, never really explained. Why do you need a horn? Anyway, so we're building the Gundam EZ8. It looks like a regular HG kit. It's number 150... Whoa. What the hell? Huh. This is different. Testing. Okay. Alright. So yeah, this is kind of, I don't know. I don't know if I had this kit for a while, but like the paint here is kind of faded off. That's weird. I hope I didn't get like, I don't think this is the knockoff. No, that's weird. Usually it's like kind of golden. Like it is painted fine. I guess it's just a defect on this one box. Never noticed that before, and never happened before. Like it's like missing the bits here. But I don't think gold is kind of green. Gold is actually like a shade of green, which is weird. But yeah, so alright, anyway, so we're gonna be building this thing. It has a shield, weapon, looks nice. It has two tones, not like it's just a simple thing. I feel like this kind of folds back, hopefully. So it's like it has some gimmicks on the weapon as well. So oh yeah, it does. So we do have like a bunch of, oh, this is nice, additions here, and this is two different, yeah, there's two different weapons, and this one kind of just unfolds here. So you got lots of nice little details and gimmicks everywhere. Does the knee fold, which I think was a thing? Oh, it does. Yeah, it does have that thing on the knee, this kind of spike thing that makes it more stable when shooting and stuff. So it has a very big backpack. It's a really like large backpack, the kind you would see like in military, like I don't know what it's called, the big bulk back. They just carry all their gear on their back. Basically, this guy has the same thing. And yeah, we're gonna build this thing, and it's a very nice artwork on here. Well, you had to be bullying the Zaku's there, though. Alright, so let's get this open and start building them. Alright, and let me just adjust all of this a bit. And of course, the focus is off. Alright. Let me see this. Hold on. Okay. So we got our instruction sheet. Very simple. Usual scroll here. Oh, is that a camera? Oh, yeah, right. It has the nice thing about the OVA is that you usually go more in detail with the mechanical aspects of things. So you had, I highly recommend watching MS-08, the 08 MS Team, I mean. MS-08. So yeah, it's like, oh, look at that. Well, this looks fun. It has a bunch. Okay, this thing has lots of things going on. This is the HG kit in the SGUC lineup, so this is like pretty good. The quality of kit you get in any SG kit, the problem is like it's never really a same. Sometimes you get like really crappy, simple things. Sometimes you get really nice, very detailed things. This is like in one of the older kits. Bandai, the problem is like older kits have a tendency to be more detailed. like they put more effort in the gimmicks really compared to newer kits. Newer kits have like more interesting construction, but because they don't use polycaps, so they go like more like different types of articulations. But things like gimmicks like these, which like small details like that, like the backpack thing, which is like anything like it's not just size; it's like the level of like pieces that move and interact with each other. And you even have like a strip of some. Oh, look at that! It has a strap. I think. Yeah, it looks like a strap. Oh, interesting. Well, this thing's gonna be fun to build. It has a movable piece on the face too. So lots of things going on here.
From YouTube, John Ventura said,
Hey John, how you doing? Today we're building the Gundam EZ8, or EZ8, depending how you pronounce it, from Gundam MS-08. Oh, Rz-8 MS team. I keep mixing up. The Rz-8 MS team. The 8th MS team is called that. So, let's take this thing out. And let's check for things as we go. Let's do a quick check here. Very nice detail on the plastic. You have all those like surface details. You have them some I think these move, so yeah, lots of interesting gimmicks. Although it has the GM butt, the classic GM butt, which doesn't move. This, unless, well, the way you see it here, like it does seem like it's supposed to be a flap that rotates, and this is like a fixed part. But this is just an HG kit, so you're not gonna get that much. Oh, a strap for the box. I was hoping this would be like woven, but it's just a strip of plastic. It's not like a woven piece of nylon or something. Alright, checking over the runners. We have C1, A1. Those are like the two main. That's ridiculous. A ridiculous large fin here. That's a lot of wrapping. For these small pieces. So yeah, we have two main runners and a bunch of small runners. Everything is just like small. I wonder if some of these might be reused.
From YouTube, Troy Simahosky said,
Hey, Troy. How you doing? How is everybody? Alright, it's very loud. So we don't just get full stickers. We also get some clear stickers on this thing. Let me just look this up.
From YouTube, John Ventura said, glad my custom is done. XD.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned like the big red threads. You know the... Was it from... What was it? I think it's 00. The Nadli? The thing like the big fat Gundam just loses all those pieces of armor and there's like wires coming out, heads like dreadlocks. Some reason I was thinking about that when you said like big red thread on the head. But yeah, we get a few stickers here, markings for the Rz-8 mobile suit unit. This is like the story doesn't always make sense. Like the guy was like in space for a little bit, and somehow he got promoted to be a commander of a unit on Earth. Well, it's interesting. This one has like extreme plastic wrapping here, like a big old fin here. This is different. Alright, not a lot of runners though. Surprisingly, I would expect there's definitely a bit more runners, because given the amount of gimmicks that we're seeing, Although very nice details. Look at that. Very nice surface details here. You could spend a while just like painting. This is fans. Radiators, I guess. This is the chest, I'm guessing. So like you have internal details here shown, which I think these probably open. There's probably a flap on top of this which opens something. But you can spend a while just like painting all that, just like detailing all these small things on the surface. I don't know what this is, but we got polycaps. We got some nice, like the stock for the weapon here, which is foldable. That's a very nice thing to have. Very nice little detailed thingamajig. So it doesn't look like we're missing. Although we do seem, I don't know. Do I have all the runners? Yeah, 2 big runners. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, that's most of it. Yep. Okay. Foil sticker. Instructions, I guess. What's that? Naruto? Oh, Belto. Beruto. We have Berto. It's a Baruto. Belt. Well, this is the belt. We have a belt. So we'll need scissors at some point to cut that to length, hopefully. It is already cut to length. Anyway, we got all the parts out, so let's get to doing this. Alright. But yeah, as I mentioned, MS-08, no, 08 MS, that's the 8th MS team. I keep messing the title. Very good OVA, very detailed. The story's kind of simple, kinda, a bit cliche. Well, it was the 80s, the 1980s. I think it came out in 1984, maybe? Or was it? That can't be right. Because it's set in 0084 Universal Century, so it kind of maps to like 1984 in my head for some reason. But it's a very old OVA. But it's like it has that vibe of this one B1, a very small one. I'm getting everything out of it. So it has that, like, if you've ever watched, well, John Rambo, I guess, those movies, Rambo movies. Not quite though. Where to put it? It's like a war thing, because it was back in the.
From YouTube, John Ventura said it was kinda like Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, but it was in a. Like Xeon and Federation. Well, the houses divided. That's a. Well, that's a way to see it. But it was like it's a. Like back in those days, like the 80s, early 90s, there was like the Cold War. Well, the Cold War had ended, and we had the war, the first Gulf War. We had a bunch of small wars, like the Contras in Nicaragua and stuff like that. That's why you have the video game Contra, because of shenanigans that what's his face was up to. Reagan was in like this whole American hegemony thing, that they had to control the world by any means. Well, America believed that, well, the US believed it had to conquer the whole world. So they were messing around. There were lots of wars, and it kind of transpired in media. So you had lots of movies about war and stuff. Okay, so we have B1, B3, and C. Let's see. Oh, that's the other B. Wait. Nope, never mind. What did I do? What is B1? Where's B2? There's no B2. Let me just check something here. This is Ez8. I was wondering if some of the, yeah, most of them say Ez8. 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 Or EZ8. So all the runners are for this kit. It's not like reusing runners from a different kit. It's all bespoke. Except this one. Yeah, 2005. Short beams from decades ago. Alright, so... But yeah, like... It's a time capsule, I guess. I don't think people would make movies like that anymore, unless it's like not from the US. Like Furl, it's random, but like there are a bunch of movies that what's his face? Nicolas Cage had to participate in because he basically lost a lot of his money. I can't remember why, taxes, I think. So he had to pay back a lot of taxes, so he had to accept basically any role that came his way. So a lot of movies that were like the producers, whoever made them, the plot came out of basically Eastern countries where people still kinda like those old 80s movies. I'm probably not making sense. But basically, yeah, it's a good OVA. It might not be like up to modern standards of. It might seem cliche at times and a bit forced, but for the time, like it was kind of normal. But it's still a good thing. Like lots of the animation is pretty good. The action, all the combat in the jungle. And this is not like computer generated stuff. It's all like drawn by hand. But at least that's how it looks to me. So yeah, very good Gundam show. And as usual, let's see one. Oh, that's D. Never mind. What am I looking for? And C-138. See, and there you are. Those gates are huge. Lots of very large gates on this thing. I'm probably gonna, and hopefully this is probably not gonna be a two-parter. I'm gonna try to stick this, make this only be one single part, well, single stream to build this. I don't think it'll take more than, well, hopefully not, 3 hours. Nice little detail here. I don't know if that's a hinge or not. It looks like a little loop there to like hook things on. And because it's an OVA, like they tend to go much put more effort into the details, mechanical details, everything. It's like if it's like a long running show, they try to like, or if it's like a weekly show, where not all the whole season has been animated yet, and they have to meet weekly deadlines or something. Oh, I think like most Gundam shows aren't like that. They usually have like planned the whole thing. Except I don't know what the hell's happened on. If that's the case, nobody can explain what movies 10G. Or even Turn A. Okay, so that's polycap 4 times. We're still on step 1. Polycap 4 times 2. I'm just talking and not actually explaining what I'm doing. I won't be doing that. Yeah. Stuff on there. I don't need that. Let's twist the polycaps off. Alright. B1 3 polycap 4 times 2. That's a bit very shallow. Okay. I guess this means that the arms kind of just, yeah, they go forward quite a bit. And then we take this thing, which is C138. At least it looks like that's not it. Did I say B138? Yeah, I got the wrong one. It's not C1. It's C138, which is this one. Just remove nubs. Like you go watch and watch, like for example, if you go back and watch, I know, an old show. Like even Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, if you watch it now, you're like, what the hell? The things you got away back in the 80s. You got away with it back in the 80s, like you wouldn't be able to do that again. Well, then again, I'm pretty sure if Dragon Ball, well, Dragon Ball's probably been censored quite a bit for like US release. Oh, this snapped in very nicely. There's probably like a bunch of episodes missing compared to like the Japanese version. Okay, we probably need to pre-drill a bit. Number 2 and number 3 here. Just very little bit of pre-drilling here. Just at the entrance. Slide in there. Very, very nice. It's probably gonna need a bit of, oops, something to cover up this later on. And then we need, that's step 1. Step 2, A18. So it's mostly white, like a GM. I should probably stop talking and just focus on building. Unless I see something interesting in the construction. Gently get the nubs. A18 into this here, just like that. Step 3, polycap 6. Polycap 6, which is the usual neck polycap. The back is on where the hole is. There we go. That's thick. No, it's deforming the polycap. Yeah. There we go. Polycap tends to like shave. I don't know, it's like it gets crumbled very easily. C129. C129. That's it. E2 was C1. Oh, C129. Which is a little weird little. Or is it a weird little thing? Where is it? 29, 29, 20. We're in step 3, C129. 13, 23, 27, 27, 30. Where's 20? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's the sensor, the camera. Like I said, definitely go watch that thing, that MS08. Z8 MS team. Because they do show, they definitely see like they actually observe actual mechanical real machines basically, and they base their designs and the animations, all the things you see kind of on real military vehicles, military technology, I guess. So it feels much more, well, realistic and fun to watch. I need some. Just a bit of gray here because it'll dot just to camouflage that on the bottom where the close enough. Focus is always a problem. I'm dropping pieces left and right, so come on. Let's try to get that on there. I'm assuming there's a master grade version of this. This little camera thing, sensor thing, would actually rotate up and down, I imagine. Okay, and then oh, there you go, A138. I thought okay, and that goes on there, so it doesn't open. I thought it would be a hinge or something, but no. But you do have like detail underneath. So basically, if this, I don't remember this popping off at any time, but maybe it does. I can't remember. But you have this piece of armor or the chest piece there with those loops here, which if you want to be detailed about it, you could just, this is a cheap little thing here you can do. There you go. Very simple. Just drill through this and basically you have they're basically loops that you attach things to, I guess. As I recall, that's what it was. Or I may have just irreversibly damaged this. This is a 1 millimeter drill bit to just keep around handy. So yeah, small upgrade here. You can like have a little loop, little hole. Let me make sure it actually does that. Yeah, you can kind of see here. It does have the hole. These are holes, so correct choice. Thought I made a mistake for a second there. Yeah, 1 millimeter drill bit, very nice to have. Just like drill a hole here. There you go, small upgrade. All right, so then we keep going. So step 5. Suddenly we're doing the backpack. Well, this was a chest. This is the whole chest. Okay, that's the whole chest. This is the somewhat older instructions, so they don't tell you what you're building. You just like start building and figure it out as you go. All right, so let's get all. I'm gonna get all the C runner parts out because it seems like I'm gonna be needing them anyway. Very large gates on every single part here, which is kind of annoying. Very detailed. Like even the see the palms of the hands have lots of details. Remember, well, like in the they show how like the gun connects to the the mobile suit essentially. So it's not like the finger actually. Although why do you even have a trigger? What's the point? They show like actual cable connections between the gun, the weapon, and the hand. And some scenes, I think. So that makes sense. Like, you don't need to actually press a physical trigger on the gun to make it fire. You just can do that via electrical signal. Makes me think like the original Gundam, the people who came up with the idea. Well, they're trying to be like fantasist. It's has fantasy elements how the giant robots look like people. Have humanoid shapes. To help your soul escape the gravity of Earth. You need a medium for it to inhabit. And it's a giant metal body. Or something like that. But then you have to stop and consider like mechanical thing because it's still a war and efficiency and all that. Designs have to make sense. What did I miss? I feel like I'm cutting these a bit off. Okay, what the hell? I probably missed a bunch of stuff. How many hands do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Any more hands anywhere else? Nope, 4 hands. So we have punchy hands? Or is it gun hands? Bunch of gun hands. Well, a bunch of like one gun hand and I think 3, 1 fist and 2 beam sabers. This is the usual, right? But they are, I mean, hands aren't standard between kids. Like most kids don't have. Well, they do because the polycap era type hands. You could plug one hand from one kit to another, but doesn't mean that it actually matches the aesthetics. They would have different designs. Like this one has like way more details on the palm here and the fingers. Well, most high-grade kits will still have some level of detail. But this one's from OVA, so it has feel more detail. Am I doing passes on the same direction? Okay. Let's try to focus on what I'm doing. Yeah, it looks like I kind of skipped certain directions there. I don't know where I'm looking. Very large gates on everything. It's not like there's very few like thin gates. It's all very thick. They're not very small parts. Oops, oh well. I just twisted off. Okay. Hopefully that was all of runner C1. I have a C2. Yeah, we do have a C2. Let's just get that one as well. If anybody's new here, do give a thought about subscribing. Although I think like these days, it's pretty much the same regular people show up. Okay, what the hell was I doing? This is all of C2. Let's put it a little bit offset there. Right. Okay, what was I even doing? So step 5. C1817 D. Oh, there we go. Also a very small runner, so might as well. Very thin piece here, so you need to be careful. Okay, let's run a D. Put it over there. D1. It's a bit of a line there, so it's kind of on detail. We have a, they're visible or not? Probably can't tell, but it's like there's a, the nub is on the detail. Same on the other side. Oh wait, that could be just a, no, never mind. That's just a seam. It looked like a piece of detail from some angle. Okay, so these two. So this one like that, and this one like this. Alright. And pre-drill slightly. Before I do that, get rid of the nubs. Don't line up with the other half. Let's try that again. Huh. Right. Oh, I guess I need to do that anyway. When you have like nubs on two halves, that kind of line up, you just connect the halves first and just file those two nubs together to like flatten it to the same height. Gently without applying pressure. You don't want to oversand the file. No, it's not going away, is it? Okay. Try to line those up. There we go. What is that even? Oh, okay. Ah, I see. It extends. I thought it was a hinge. No, it extends. Well, it is a hinge, but it extends. Alright, so C20. No, C6. Not these ones. Try to get tiny nubs off. Oh, large nubs off tiny parts on a curved surface. You just have to, well, I guess you just have to like follow the curve.
From YouTube, C003 but said whoa nice. Currently building my Sininju MG.
Nice, very nice. Wait, do I have that one? think I do. Well, I would have tried to get it a long time ago. Shitandri is like one. Well, that's not the Sazabi, is it? Yep, the Shinanju. The Sazabi is like another one I have. I tend to like confuse the two, even though they're not at all the same. But the Shinanju is like one of my favorite designs. I don't think there's a perfect grade for that one. Okay, there and there. Probably should make the inside copper or something, or like golden. Okay, so that was easy. I think that's the right one. Hopefully, it's not a different part. Okay, and then D. 4 and 5 and C16. I'll get to all my larger kits at some point. Maybe not just yet. Well, if I break 1,000 subscribers, I did say I would build the Neo Xeon with a G. The NZ999. The big one. So, if you got friends, tell them to subscribe. If you don't have friends, well, welcome to the club.
From YouTube, C003, but said the Sazabi Verka is downright massive. Similar mass to an PG.
I mean, yeah, like, they are like at least almost twice the size of regular mobile suits in the story, like, so yeah, makes perfect sense. But yeah, the box is the size of other PG boxes. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. Alright, so C16 with D4 and 5. How do we get that on there? Oh, okay. Let me just pre-drill that ever so slightly. So we construct this little thingamajig here. Like so. Press in the parts all the way. And then we connect this together. Achin, I said. Did it work? Oh, there we go. Try to be careful not to. I feel like, wait, I should have connected those before and then put that in there. Anyway, there we go. That becomes. Wait a minute, did that? Are those stress lines I see down there? Oh, damn it. Tiny bit of stress line in the very corners there when I push those in. Oh well. Not great. But yeah, now we have this contraption here, which is a nice little gimmick. And then we need C2, which looks like this and that. Let's see there. That's not a hinge. Is it? Nope, not a hinge. But it does kind of clip in there. So you have to pop that out, push that in, and push it down again, I guess. So it's not like a hinge. I mean, it could have been a hinge. Yeah, all you need to do with this. So it could technically, I feel, make a hinge out of this. I got my 1mm drill bit. I'll probably need a thinner one. Marcel did a thing with the fingers, I feel, of the high gog he was modifying. I need to learn how to do that. Hinges. I mean, I can, but it looks shitty, so there's probably a better way to do those. So you can turn this into a hinge, and that would be more dynamic. Than having to remove it. Well, I mean, it still kind of hinges, but not as well. Okay, that's step 9. And then step 10, you connect these together. Which you don't necessarily have to do right now, but whatever. Let's do it anyway. I mean, you can do it later. This is part of the backpack, not the actual chest. Alright, so those two done. This is the chest and part of the backpack. Now we're doing the head. Okay, so we need E31, E38. There's no multicolor. Yeah, there's no multicolor runners. This is all white. This is the runner A. Usually runner A is like multicolor. But this one, contrary, like it's more down to earth, more business-like than other Bandai kits. Which is a way to like cut costs. I mean, lots of knockoffs will not do multicolor runners. Okay, this one's a bit tricky. Or not at all. Never mind. So A31, 28, 30, 29, 32. That's all of it. So this whole thing. As I thought. Yes. What was I talking? Yeah, color, like multicolor runners. This one doesn't have any. For a while I'm thinking like I would have liked to go, well, start making model kits. Like if I wanted to build a company, I would make model kits differently. Instead of having runners, which is a huge waste of plastic. Just have them individual parts. With a tiny bit of runner, but not the whole thing. Sell them like potato chip bags. The air will act as cushioning. It's fine if a little damaged. And sell them for cheap. The problem is, I have no idea where to start. Of course. Yeah, if anyone wants to, has an idea how to build a company like that, tell me on Discord.
From YouTube, C003, but said that's what Yalla Park does with their AMK series of model kits.
Yellow Park? Oh, it looks like they look very simple though. My idea was like once you get rid of the runners, the volume of plastic is really small. So instead of like shipping out all the things like this, I guess people would treat it as like gacha things. Things that come in like gacha balls that you have to assemble. Very small things are just like separate pieces. I mean, yeah, probably explain, but like, yeah, it. I feel like we could save a lot of plastic if you didn't have such massive runners. Runners are more a tradition, I feel, than a necessity. Well, I guess it does. It does make things easier. Like if you pull a bunch of parts out of a mold, you have all the parts on one sheet essentially. That's easier for like quality control. You have less likely to miss a part. You can just scan the shadow of it to find misprints, like parts that didn't get molded correctly. Not to say imagine.
From YouTube, Terrible Dog said thanks for not even alerting me to this despite me telling you to notify me. YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube does that. Like, I have notifications for some other people doing live streams. I get notifications the next day for a live stream that happened the day before. And how you doing, Terrible Dog? Welcome. What am I doing? Oh, right. I'm doing this. This is the Ez8, as you can tell by the title. Now we put the Gundam mask, which is how the Gundam hides its identity while it's doing terrible things in the jungle. These people are basically invading some other people's country and fighting a war there. Which is pretty much what the US used to do in the 80s. Alright, so we put that on there. We'll try to line it up somehow. Where's that?
From YouTube, Terrible Dog said could be better, but I'll live. Hope you're doing well, nerd.
Yeah, same here. I'll live. Well, I'm not sure if I'll live. I'm trying to live. That's all we can hope for. I mean, the world is ending. It has been ending for a while. You can hope for like a slow apocalypse when you can like, you know, like, well, people say like Pokemon is an example of a slow apocalypse. Well, basically the world has ended in Pokemon world. There's very few adults left. It's not a thriving society, it's a society that's like in decline. You can just hope. Well, not likely, but can hope that the current thing is gonna decline gracefully and just get absorbed by weeds growing through the concrete. Snub your face in there. Here's the stick. Oh, there it is. So you push that down. Wait, that's not working. What the hell? Did I do it wrong? Ah, you need to go on the other one. Okay. So that goes on there. There we go. Slight pre-drill. And this is nice. It has antennas. It doesn't have horns, which I approve. I'm always like, why does you don't need horns? Like, even okay, on Zaku's and stuff, the Minovsky particles, you need something to say, oh, this is the leader of the platoon or something. This is the command unit. Or some such. Like, why do Gundams have horns? Why do they need to wear masks? They're basically evil. That's what I'm trying to say. They wear masks to hide their identity and horns because, well, terrible people. So this thing goes on there. it's supposed to move. I don't see how. Is your face a different color? No, it's just white. Okay. Well, is this supposed to move somehow? I'm not sure. So, I guess? Doesn't seem like it moves. Because we got a thing here somewhere. I may have misread this, but we'll see it in a minute. Oh, we'll see it in a minute. Alright, so before we put all the final antenna in, let's put all the stickers on. So we need number 2. Could use this one or this one. No, this one. This is a nice red metallic marker. Turns out. Well, the brand doesn't matter, but get yourself some metallic markers. Well, maybe the brand does matter, but like acrylic-based metallic markers are very useful. Don't get oil-based one. I think they don't mix well with most top coats. Or you get, unless you get a top coat that's like formulated for like oil-based paints. But if you get acrylic markers, like most hobby top coats, should work out fine. Even Pledge, good old floor polish will work out if you use that. So number 4 goes on the chin. Well then. Very small stickers tend to not stick very well. Because they're small, they don't have a lot of glue, a lot of surface area for sticking to things. So they tend to shift. Especially if there's finger oils involved on the surface that you're trying to stick. Generally, Bandai stickers are decent, but the very small ones tend to give the problem here, trying to press it all down very much, as much as possible. There we go, we got a chin. That's number 4. Number 3 goes in the back. Basically the brake lights on this thing. It doesn't have, well, it doesn't have turn signals. Well, you don't have it here, but I'm pretty sure it does have turn, it should have turn signals. And a license plate. Like, well, even, like, I think most military vehicles do have license plate, unless I'm mistaken. I feel like it, well, they do have some manner of license plate. Because they could be having to deploy in places where, well, on regular roads, they do have to conform to the law. I don't know. There should be a bit more of red here, but okay. Alright, that's all the stickers. No, wait, 6. Oh, I did that already. Okay. And then the side antenna here, which is, again, nice thing. Nice little... I approve of this. The fact there's antennas instead of a horn. It's more realistic. Especially for something that feels like it's set in the 80s. Where if you had a robot, it needed to have an antenna. And this antenna is sticking in very well though. It doesn't go all the way. Why? There's a nub. It seems. It is not going in all the way. And I don't want to like push it too hard to get it slip and like hit the antenna brakes. This is a job for plastic cement. I may have to like cut off a bit of the thing here and glue it in. Yeah, I'll see if that does anything. May have made things worse. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, this definitely needs a bit of cement to melt this little piece together. Otherwise, it seems to be just floating there. Alright, we'll leave it here for now. Okay, we got the head. Very simple head, very GM feel to it. This is, I'm guessing, is a visor that just folds onto the face for protection. You can see a hinge here. Again, if there's a master grade version of this, it probably has all those gimmicks. I need to get myself more master grade kits. Okay, that's the head, so step 13. I'm not sure what we're building. Okay, arms. So next, the arms. So C7. With polycaps. Okay, we go. Polycap. Polycap 13. Oh. Which is the extra. Oh, wait, it's 14. This is polycap from 2008 with a little bit of extra addition here. Okay, so then A 13, 14, and A2. Let's shift those around a bit. That was. Okay, this is B, C, D, another B. Okay, let's get all the parts off here. Just to maybe go a little faster. Very nice interior detail here inside the leg. Not sure why yet. I'm expecting a flap of some sort. Well, it doesn't look like a hinge. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's gonna be a hinge. Still. Oh, it's kind of a weird position there. It's like too tight for the jaws of the nipper to get in. That's a pain. It's like in a tight spot you can't really reach in. Okay, that's all of A1. Way in the corner over there. Very short. Well, it's very short beam sabers, so we have very short beam saber handles. It's not a full side beam saber. With the same difficult to reach spots there. Oops. Okay. I'll just hit a little. Alright, that's all of A2. Let's try to make a nice little pile. Okay. And why not get this too over here? Can't remember what this is used for. I need to rewatch so many Gundam shows because I forgot Like, there's so many of them. And sometimes the stories kind of blur together. And you're not too sure what happened when. Alright, this is B2. Let's leave that over there. Okay, so where were we? Step 13. We did these two. Step 14. A14. Polycap 1, 13, 14, polycap 1 times 2. That goes down there. Okay, first we get rid of nubs. Cap 1 goes in there, and that here goes in there. Oh, wait a minute. There's a peg but no hole. No, there's a hole but no peg. Well? Did I miss something? Nope, really not. Well, there's a hole here but there's no... Okay. That's weird. Looks like there would have been something there. Just wiggle the polycap a little bit to make sure it, well, wiggles into place. Sometimes you just lose track of your tools, which is pretty annoying. Okay, I'm gonna use that.
From YouTube, John Ventura said a Mac call it a have a good one.
Alright, John. That doesn't work. Well, Fine. Need something to wriggle the poly cap. This? I don't know what this is doing here, but we'll use it. Like this. Yeah, that'll do. Some weird screw. No, it's gonna damage it. I have only the one stick. Well, it's a barbecue stick, but still. Yeah, again, no peg. There should be a peg here. Just wriggle the polycap. Try wriggling by this method. You kind of don't want to use anything sharp inside the polycap that might damage anything. Alright. Pretty sure I saw it earlier. Okay, anyway. Shoulders. With those weird things. Handles, I guess. On the shoulders. Loops for hooking onto thing. It looks like this should be hinged. So it moves. So I could technically like cut this out, put a hinge through the whole thing and make it, yeah, it would be doable.
From YouTube, Mr. Darksall said, "Oh my god, first I came across somebody building the first model kit I ever built, which is the Double X. And now I find someone else building the EZ8 Gundam, the second gun of my own. Damn."
Oh, hello. How you doing? Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, I mean, I do build a lot of model. I have a giant backlog of kits. This one just happened to be within reach today. So yeah, glad you're enjoying it. Or if you're not enjoying it, do tell us why. Anyway, let's keep doing. So yeah, hello, do stay a while, chat with the locals. All the good things we're supposed to be doing. And do like, subscribe, and all that if you feel like it. You don't even have to hit the notify button. You can mute notifications. Be like a ghost subscriber. That's fine. But yeah, hello, Mr. Darksall. Darksall. Is that a reference to good old Solaire? Who failed to be grossly incandescent. I mean, he did in the end, kinda. Although even if you save him, it doesn't incandesce. It doesn't glow. Just give him a hard hat with a torch on it, he'll be happy. He's a simple man, Solaire. Alright, so we need... I got those up. Gap 15 plus... C5. Ow. Not hurt. Pushing polycaps a bit hard. My old fingers. You push that in with a dowel, stick of some sort. Okay. Now C4 and C3. This and there's the other one. There we go. Just make sure to get the nubs out on these very thin parts. I don't have to. I just like to get the nubs out, even if it's for a rough build. Although for some reason, if I look at any older kits that I built, well, I know that I spent some time just filing down the nubs and everything. It seems like the nubs just grow back after a while. It's a complete mystery. They need to be shaved regularly, like a beard. If you build Turn A Gundam, does his mustache grow? So many questions. Okay, so pointing this way. Again, ×2. This here pointing that way. And like so, close it on the other side. There we go. Going this way, this little ridge going that way. Upside down. There we go. Just give it a little bit of. Huh? Oh, that's the same, right? Oh, turns the other way. Okay. Turns this way, not the other way. Alright, we got those. Now, polycap 5 times. Oh, maybe not. A22. I'm doing both arms at the same time here, just to save a few seconds. Or lose a few hours. Okay, so is there any difference between those arms? I don't know. Well, looks this. Nope, never mind. Okay, so then polycap 10 times 2, polycap 5 times 2 as well. Just wiggle the polycap in there. And thusly push it in there. So it makes like a against the well, you get the idea. Like so. Pre-drill a little bit, because why not? And number 2, 2mm, because all the holes are metric. And these only fit a certain direction. Shave any overlap in the nubs. And then file those nubs joined together. Definitely needs a bit of wiggle the polycap so it like seats in a little better. I think that's how it goes. Yeah, that's how it goes. Okay, so do that here too. line them up, file down. I'll shave any of the nubs that seem to be, and wiggle the polycap. There we go. So it connects together better. But yeah, we'll need a bit of plastic cement to kind of close all these gaps. Alright, so we got something. I'm assuming the hole, got holes on the outside, so this will be the right arm, left arm. Then A18, A7. Very white mobiles with this one. I guess they didn't get a chance to
From
paint it.
YouTube, Marcel Mendieta said, for a long time I've wanted Bandai to release a kit of the mass-produced gun tank and Zaku from 8th MS team.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're like more detailed. I mean, they did release the gun tank from Origin, which is nice. And shows you like how much better these would be. I wonder if it's like a P Bandai. I mean, eventually they'll get there. I mean, unless they keep re-releasing different version of the new Gundam, or re-releasing the RX-78-2 in different grades. I get it, it's the original, but calm down. Like, they should do every single mobile suit from every single show. No exceptions. Because you'll be watching a show, suddenly you'll see a specific mobile suit, and you'll be like, I want that. And the kit for it doesn't exist. Or it existed, but it's basically, you only get like, well, not SD. Well, sometimes it's only like SD kits of some adult kits, or even mobile armors, which is a shame. Anyway, let's do some hands here.
From YouTube, Marcel Mendieta said, another astray.
Yeah, and that's due. A stray with a sword, a stray in like warring state Japan, a stray as a pirate, all sorts of variations of a stray.
From YouTube, Troy Simahoski said, Capel.
That too. We also need those. We have the Momokapu, which is a weird one, and the old, somehow very detailed. So I built a Turn A kit yesterday. This one. It's still lying around. There's a Kapul kit from the same generation as that one, which is like surprisingly detailed. It has like even the opening, like the inner shell open. So it's from Turn A. Well, should have been from Unicorn, but yeah, we need a master grade or perfect grade Kapul would be nice at a minimum. The annoying thing is like Japanese companies are still on Twitter, so you could to some extent kind of like pressure them, but they're on Twitter, which I'm refused to be on. Well, a lot of people refuse to be on. I mean, you could be on it, but it's like annoying to even think about it. But yeah, basically you could mount a campaign, the social media campaign to a request. Yeah, hashtag a pool. We don't need another Amuro mobile suit, new Gundam or RX-78. I need like some of the rare ones. If they did like one kit a year, just like one perfect grade a year, and nothing but that of like the kit that like popular demand, it'd probably be okay. But anyway. Oh, although, I mean, the reason there were so many people like building the RX-78 3.0 because I think Bandai recently has been cranking up production of those, along with a bunch of others. So hopefully, I'll be able to get my hands on some of the old kits that I've been trying to find for a very long time. I think the Master Grade Tyranny also is getting a reprint. I don't know though, like, it seems still pretty out of stock everywhere for now. I don't need this. Okay, let's put that over there. Hand. Did I get all the hands? Nope. I think I'm missing a gun hand somewhere. Did I get the gun hand? Where's the gun hand? There it is. Little, like all the small details on here, like you see those in they're basically contacts, metal contacts between this and the, I don't know if it has it, like that transmit electrical signals to the weapon, which a bit makes a bit more sense, but still you wonder, like, well, you can't help but wonder why is it a humanoid sometimes, you think. Is it all that necessary? But then it's a bit boring. The only reason people like girls in Panzer, because of the girls part. If it was just a show about tanks, you'd have like very few people really watching. Like a serious show about tanks. And all those details, I can't tell. I guess not. We do have kind of little bumps there. That's the knee stuff. Okay. How come we only have 2 of these? Where's the rest? Oh, there's one more. Where's the rest? I think it should be at least... There should be 4 of these. So 1, 2, 3... Wait, do we only have 3 hands? No, we have 4 hands. Where is the 4th back of the hand? No. It'll show up eventually. I hope. Unless I forgot. Nope, doesn't look like I forgot it. Hey. Oh well, we got... Oh, there's something. Okay. Well, for now. He'll turn up. May have. It's not on there. Okay, we'll find it eventually. Yeah, that disappeared. Unless it actually did disappear. Okay, so let's do the hands quickly now. Gun hand. Let's do that one last. Because we want it to be. Unless that's a different color though. Pretty annoying when part didn't seem to be found. Oh, there it is. Found it. There'll be 4 back of the hands. 4 hands. Can't remember which kit, no, I saw it in one of the old kits I built recently. They call the hand emotional manipulator. Which is basically Japanese people just smashing English words together without really understanding the meaning of the resultant phrase, which apparently happens a lot. They say, oh, emotion, that's good. Let's put that in there. And it's a hand, it's a manual thing that manipulates things. That's a manipulator. So put them together, emotional manipulator. So pen, pineapple, pen thing kind of situation. Alright. Let's put the back of this on there anyway, while we're sitting around doing nothing. I'm wasting time trying to find missing parts. Pop that on there. That on there. It's all the same. Yeah, it looks all identical. Well, yeah, pretty much. One fist. 2 saber hands. In newer kits, they don't even give you closed fists anymore. Just give you this one because close enough.
From YouTube, Marcel Mendieta said, well, Luna 2 makes sense.
Like, in which context? What do you mean? Oh, the asteroid? Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, parts of Gundam make sense. Like how we never go outside the solar system because space is huge. Like, to get out of the solar system, you're like the time of travel and everything and all that. So yeah, kind of like it makes sense like humanity is still within the confines of the solar system, but just no longer, the souls are no longer trapped by the gravity of the planet. There's this thing that goes like lots of people say that, well, not it's a thing, like the gravity of the Earth is way higher than it should be for the planet's size. What do I need these for yet? Not used. Okay, let's assemble the arms. Now I lost that track of. Okay, let's do this. So that goes there and there. Okay, point that way. Goes on this way. Sticks to that this way. Then we decide which, depending on where the hole is. I mean, yeah, colonizing asteroids. That's the thing, like a lot of the thing with like, oh, this is exciting new science. No, it's been science fiction for like centuries almost. Well, almost 100 years. Like even AI has been an idea. The theory of it, of machine learning, has been around for like 50 years at least. For now. There's a show, Patrol Labor, which kind of talks about it a bit. Oops, there we go. Wait, hold on. That doesn't seem right. It doesn't matter, I guess. Nope, it does. Okay, there you go. So we got right and left arms. Put that in there. Put that in there. Put that over there for later use. Then we got arms. Took forever. 2 hours. Let's try to pick up the pace. So we got arms. Now let's do like looks like feet. Yep. All right. So these things, which are E10. Was the last one? There we go. Polycap 1 times 2. Polycap 3 times 2. But yeah, space colonies and things like that. I mean, like there used to be a Mir space station, which I think was the first fixed space station. It's like a few decades now, like it crashed to Earth. Well, they made it crash to Earth. They retired the Mir space station, which was a Russian space station mostly. The ISS's second space station. They made it international this time, not just Russian. It's been what? 60 years since the start of a space race? Almost 70 years. Well, a bit more than that, I guess. Sputnik and whatnot, I think was. Yeah. because if it had anything to do with that. Which one? Okay. Alright, so ball cap free facing upwards because it's the angle. Polycap 2. Oh, yeah, polycap 1, sorry. Polycap 1 in there. Number 2. Just a little bit of a pre-drill. I need to find that other stick that I usually use. It's a very useful tool for like wriggling power caps into place. Can't remember where I put it or what I was doing with it. Alright, so put all these together. Helps to like wiggle the. Let's hope that doesn't damage anything. Just wiggle the ball cap a bit to make it sit. Remember this? Get it all connected together. I'm not sure if there's a distance or something, but that's a nice little detail. Just wiggle the polycap a little bit. There we go. Well, almost. Sometimes it doesn't always work as expected. Okay, that's step 21, step 22 times 2. B5 and B4. Oh, the toes move. That's nice. Although we do have like hollow bits in the soles there. Kits that go the extra step in detail will have like full soles. Full soles with like a bunch of details that you could paint individually. That kind of presses these parts together at the same time. And this becomes the toe here. Yeah, definitely needs a bit of cement in there to kind of glue it all together. And A12. A12. Where's the other one? There you go. Bringing up the polycaps a bit, not the polycaps, the nubs a little bit. It's a weird angle. No, there's another. Drawing that in there. And that goes in there. Slide to a movement. And push using a stick because your fingers won't be able to reach that. It's gonna be a bit difficult with just fingers. Alright, you got feet, more or less. Needs a bit of glue here, plastic cement and clamp to kind of press all that together. Okay, so we got feet. Now, randomly we do, I'm not sure why we do the beam sabers, but the instructions say step 24, do the beam sabers. These days I try to group instructions into sets that make sense. Very small beam sabers. Short sabers. Now, step 25. See. 11, 12. With polycap 7 and 11. Times 2. Very dramatic cutting of polycaps there. Oh yeah, like the new spacesuits. Like NASA used to have like bulky space. Well, most space explorers had like bulky, very hard to moving spacesuits. But I feel like they had come up like a newer design not too long ago, which would look a bit more like normal suits. Just seeing Gundam, they're like less bulky. I could be wrong about that. I feel I saw something about that. So we are making progress towards having space colonies someday. And then we're gonna have a guy running around telling people to blame the misfortune of their own birth to their closest friends. Or the leap, but you get the idea. And where does this go? Points outwards. Oops. Push that through here. And on the other side, just polycap 7 onto C12 and join together. Shave as necessary. Step 25, step 26. C10. I'm guessing these will follow in a minute. Alright, so we need polycap 11 times 2. Cap 14. This goes off. And polycap 9. Oh, wait, that's a step too far. Oh well. Polycap 14 goes on there. Could have been polycap 2, really. Polycap, 9 goes into a little hole here. Interesting. And forgot about this one. So turn this way. That one goes on there. Get those nubs. That doesn't seem right. There we go. So this edge pointing this way and this pointing that. And clean that up as well. That way, okay, and this way. Now we need step 27, A1. Okay, well, I'm not gonna put that on just yet. I'll put it on later. Seems a bit flimsy. Okay, so we need A27, 25, and whatever else on the opposite side. Pre-drill a bit here ahead of time. Okay, I need polycap 1 times 2. Polycap 10 times 2. Alright, polycap 10 goes there. Actually, first clean this up a little bit. Alright, so pointing flat part down. That thing pointing outwards. This thing like so. Is that right? Yep. Yeah, needs a bit of blue. Because it's white, like the gaps are much more visible, I feel. Like any kind of like small gap is like made more visible by the whiteness around it. Do wiggle so many polycaps. There we go. Oh yeah, needs a clamp, bit of glue. Alright, so I'm still not gonna put these on. Yeah, they look kind of flimsy, they're gonna fall out easily, I feel. Yeah, so I'll put them on last. Okay. A134, oh. A34, I mean. So that's the, covers that go on these sides, and that's where the small beam sabers live. Gently file off the nubs here. They're on an angle and a sharp edge. You don't want to leave a dent in that edge. That's why they told us to build these. These are technically part of the legs. So there it goes. There's a little slot there, so it clips onto there. There's no hinge, but I mean, wait, kind of a hinge. Oh no, that's not a hinge. I suppose there's a little tab here for you to open it. So it kind of like opens like that. And I guess you kind of have to get that out somehow. That's why you have the inside detail here to like show off the well, yeah, because it opens a little bit. Problem is like it doesn't. It's a bit hard to reach. All right, close enough, I guess. Yeah. All right, so we got some of these. I think that's all. No, quite done yet. So we need A3, A4. No idea what the other nubs is. I think it might be here. There's like 3 nubs for these pieces this big. Oh, there it is. Alright. So what do we do with that? We have a movable knee. Look at that. Well, it's kind of a stabilizer kind of thing, I guess. Digs in the ground to give it more stability when it crouches to aim at things. And this pops into there, chin-ish, kind of. It's a very nice little thingy there. And like so. And then now I guess we can put those on. Yeah, but this just feel a little bit flimsy. Like it could come out. Yeah, it does come out quite easily. That's like flappy bits on the feet. Flappy bits make you happy. Right, so assemble the leg. Pointing forward here. Yeah, falls off easily. And we need, yeah, very, very white wool suit. As if, well, same excuse as the Empire, I guess. Having lots of different colors costs money, so just give it a paint of white, which is probably the cheapest paint. Although, like, I feel like most white paints are made of titanium oxide or something like that, so maybe it's cheap, I don't know. Oh, there's probably some other pigment used for white paint. Limestone? Probably not. Whitewash. Oops. I'll pop that on there first, and there we go. Very simple mechanical feel. It's all square. You can see the kind of like hinges and things. You can feel like there's a hinge here. Whereas most of them will just be like round and perfect. You don't really have a feel for the mechanical properties behind it. I'm trying to sing this if I know what I'm talking about. Oh, wait a minute, is that right? No, that is right. Yeah, the thing just keeps falling out. That's like one, I guess, problem with this kit. At first glance. And stumpy legs. A bit short. I feel like the RX-78 had like relatively long legs. This one's a bit short on the legs. Alright, we got legs. We got feet. We're almost done. Well, sort of. Okay, we have lots of parts left, so. That's right, dear. Okay, we need to do a waist. Let me guess. This, that, this. That thing here. What else? Polycap 1 times 3. Polycap 2 times 1.
From YouTube, Marcel Mendieta said, yep, this kit needs a revive.
Well, technically, it's 155. That's... No, wait. Revival, I think, was like 200 something. Like number 200-ish. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, it does definitely needs, like, given the detail. Well, this is like one of the older kits. Bandai used to be like older kits. Bandai kits at GBC lineup are really impressive. A lot of them. Sometimes way more than more recent kits. More recent kits don't use polycaps, yeah, but you can feel more effort. It's more artistic than the newer stuff. Newer stuff is a technical feat, but these, they had to like improvise and use like reuse the same polycap sheets and just like find interesting ways to use polycaps. But yeah, definitely agree. Like this one needs to revive, like a new version. And we have a thing that we can cut. As usual, get our trusty saw here. I don't have my wooden block. What the hell have I been doing with all my tools? I don't know. There it is. Just a random play block for some reason that I use. Okay. Before we do that, let me just kind of mark where the middle line is. Because sometimes, well, most of the times, it kind of diverges. Gently, don't go too fast. If you go too fast, the plastic melts around the blade, so that should be enough. Just kind of still maintain a bit of friction between the two. Don't cut it all the way through, just enough to get twisted apart. So like there's kind of a bit of a nub left behind the two will provide a bit of friction, so it kind of doesn't just flop around. That's a new thing I'm doing now. I don't know how many 100 kids I've modified like this. But yeah, they give you this thing clearly with the intention of you to separate it. Like they're telling you to separate it. Oh. Like yeah, this is basically this is like the main, well, the second main machine in Ez8. So this definitely could be like a real grade or something. It's a candidate for a real grade. Well, they don't have a GM. They don't have a real grade GM either. This has GM vibes, though. It wouldn't be too bad if it was a real grade. It has that mass-produced feeling to it. I think the green Zaku is the regular MS06 is the only non-prototype real grade kit. It's a non-special mobile suit compared to all the other ones, which usually like protagonist mobile suit. The regular Zaku is the only one. Zaku 2, I mean, the MS06 non-S. I say non-S if it's a car trim. Was I supposed to put stickers anywhere? I feel like I should have been putting stickers somewhere. Nope, seems fine. This is not... Is this a different color? Nope, it's all white. It's completely white. All over, just white. Oh, okay, except this bit, but we do have a blue bit. Let's get that cleaned up. Anyway. Okay. So then these go on the side. Yep, still fully white. Not a single bit of non-white. Well, it's practical at least. I'll give it that. Yeah, I see here. Because I left, like, it didn't, like, separate it fully. Now it's, like, offers a bit of friction against each other. So now you can have, like, it is still separate, but it holds in place. Yeah, it takes a bit of practice to get that right, but yeah. It's like a little bit of an upgrade compared to the other ones I did before. Okay, so now what? That's it. Oh, this thing to assemble the legs and whatnot. So that's it, the waist. And another polycap 2 on this thing. Also the waist. Push that all in. Alright, so that's another piece of the waist here. And now we do the weapons and shield real quick. Speedy like. Should have been like there's 2 rifles, technically. Well, a submachine gun and a rifle. Is it a beam? Yeah, this is a beam rifle, which is kind of irresponsible in the middle of a jungle. You're gonna set everything on fire. And beam rifles disperse in the atmosphere or something. I feel like they do. They should. Maybe they don't. It's less effective in the atmosphere. Maybe like a short range. No, long range. Okay, let's just clean everything we see anyway. It's all gonna get used. There's no Christmas themed Gundams. Unless it's something from Mobile Fighter G Gundam. That's probably a North Pole. New North Pole. There should be. There's a North Pole colony. And there's a Santa Gundam. Oh, I kind of do have one. Dressed in red. The reddest of all mobile suits. Definitely, of course, of the gun cannon. Alright. Shield. Wait, weapon first. Okay, so all of you get over there. We'll sort out which one is which. Okay. Okay. Now the last leg, last ditch, well, the last sprint, I guess, to get all these assembled. Okay, C24 plus C23 plus A36. This is flat on the top. So like so. It doesn't seem to fit very well. Huh. And line all of this up. Shave between. There we go. One beam rifle. And it needs a bit of thing there. There we go. Now for the submachine gun. This is C22, 21. And then A39. Where's this muzzle? That'll be like a silencer. Just the muzzle. Yeah, it needs a dot of glue to kind of hold in place. So it will fall off otherwise. Or is it the other way around? Nope. And this way. Wait a minute, there's a... Yeah, that's how it goes. Well, at least for this one. Gently remove nubs, and we have an actual folding thing, which is always nice. Wish like more weapons would have like moving parts like these, rather than just like usually they have like a collapsible handle thing. Ow, what the heck? Huh, that's weird. Yeah, they just have this. They don't have anything else. But like this is very nice. More detailed weapons is what we need.
Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue, la casa.
No vocals. Okay. What else do we got? We got the shields. I guess I'm gonna go with this one. Makes more sense. It just feels better. Oh. Slots in there, so it's like very well held in place. It makes more sense to have this kind of weapon in a jungle than a beam rifle, which is going to get stuck in trees. I guess that's why we have the short beam sabers. Of course, squad combat and stuff. Okay, for the shield, we need E37C28 polycap 1 times 1, the last polycap 1. B1, this is E37, and yep, that on there. Oops. Shouldn't be throwing knives around. This, well, even trained professionals should be careful. Okay, so it's a very simple shield. I feel like I've seen those in Origin? They're common shield design for like GMs and whatnot. Oops. To clean the edges first. Yeah, I've seen these shields before. Redrill all these to make it slide in nice and easy. There we go. Press in. Oh, this one. Okay. This one needs to be cleaned first. Need to clean the edges of nubs. And pre-drill. Like so. And dustly. Try not to break that. There we go. It's a nice shield with like the different pieces are in different colors, which is nice. So what do we even do with these? I feel like I missed where those go, or maybe I don't use them yet because there's still. So we got shield, we got weapons. Okay. Small explanation here, how you get the stuff out. You need to remove the whole thing, get the thing out. So if this had a hinge, it would be a much nicer thing. And this thing goes on there, that's 2. Like this way. That's 4. Shield and stuff, well, on the arm and stuff. That. Now, on to the collar side, where we need the belt. The whole belt, it seems. This is interesting. Oh, that's why. The belt goes through here. Which way does the shiny one go? I guess the shiny's on the inside. Alright, so free here. Let's go to shiny on the inside. This is supposed to be like a belt strap. Doubtful it'll be shiny. Like so. Make sure it's equal. Not that it'll matter, I guess. We'll see in a second. Then you take C 14 and 15. And at number 4. No, it's like a parachute. Without the parachute part. It comes with its own parachute. Well, not parachute, like the descent module thing, whatever it's called. It's a nice little thing. Not a backpack, it's just a... So I can have it hanging from this thing. Kind of hide the things there. No, it still moves. Okay, never mind. And then the 4 things you had to break the descent. That's clever. I don't remember this part. I need to rewatch it, honestly. It's been like 10 years at this point. Has handles for holding on to for some reason. green backpack where it puts all of its rations and camping gear. Like, not too long ago, like, camping was very popular in Japan. You had a bunch of, like, well, Eurocamp, and I guess there's a bunch. Generally, shows about not having to go to work. Not popular. Number 4 again. Oh, number 5. Those get harder to turn the bigger they are. Something about levers, I'm assuming. It's physics. Pulleys or something. Distance. Force and distance work or something. And join these together. Shear as needed. Like so. Gently, or as gently as possible. I'm probably making a mess of things here. I don't think I have dark green. Let's see how that does. Not very well. Let's try gray. It kind of works. Just masks the defects a little bit. Oh. Okay. Those are meant to be used as tape. So we also have a problem here if you do that. So you can use a sticker to like tape this to here, but then it's permanent. Huh. So if I do that, which would go on the arms here, and that would become permanently attached to that. There. You also have what looks like this box shape you see here emerging. I'm pretty sure I saw this somewhere. I was like, I feel like I built already one with a big box on the back. But it looks like you can put that. This is from a different Gundam, a different mobile suit, which I can't read. But it's from a different kit. Is that the ground set war? That can't be it. It's from a GM, looks like. Is it a ground? Oh, it's a UC card graph. Ah, it is. It is a UC card graph thing, so it does have a box. I felt like I saw this before. Yeah, I do have. I think I have this one. Or maybe I don't. I do have a ground set war UC hard graph. It might be this one. It has the big box that fits onto this thing. So basically the same era. They're on the same stage in Universal Century, so compatible hardware. But it's basically the same box that's emerging here. Let's dust this a bit. Even though it's supposed to be dirty, because it's in a war zone. Oh Alright, the problem here, like, this is kind of a parachute. And that would go like so. And that would get tied to the shoulders. Which I don't want to do right now, because that would have a permanent thing. But it's a nice, it's an interesting gimmick to have this thing here. It is, in most of the pictures here, it is not shown. There's kind of an option here where you'd have that attached to the shoulder here. So you might not even need the belt. It is a nice, it's a nice gimmick to have, I feel. You have this kind of yeah. Oh. Wait. Nope. Ah, damn it. I got it on the wrong. So yeah, you don't have to. I mean, you can pick and choose, I guess. For now, I'm not gonna do anything with these. Let me just remove it and see what happens. Nope, that's not gonna work. But yeah, I'm gonna remove it for now. No belt for this one. So we're just gonna have this giant backpack. Alright. So technically we've built all the pieces we could build. So I'm gonna start assembling this. Then we can do a review and go eat something and brush our teeth. Because it's important to brush our teeth, kids. So brush our teeth and go to sleep. Alright, let's put all the tools away and where's the thing for that? Again, tools are mysteriously disappearing. Alright, so clean up a bit. Oh, right, it's okay. So it's assembly time. We finished building the various parts for the thing here. Alright, so building the Gundam RX-79G Ez8, I guess G for ground force. The first production mobile suit custom type, it says. So we start with a foot. And then we start go with another foot. And then we get a leg. And we try to get that on there without forcing it too much. There we go. And of course this thing just keeps falling off. That's a problem. Carefully. And then we need this thing here with this little thing in the back. This is the hole for the action base if you need one. And join that together and together. Very short legs this guy has. And then you put the thing in there. You know, short legs relative to the RX-78, I guess. And pop that on there. Like it was a nice, like the detail they went to, like when showing the cockpit and everything and all the various instruments. It's like really nice to see in animated form. And then put an arm. There we go. And then a backpack. Usually well, depends. But this is like a really huge backpack. And what is it's probably gonna fall over. Oh no, it doesn't. Look at that. It stays put. Oddly stable. Very nice. Finally. Let's put a shield on this guy. Why not put a weapon? Finally, a head with a lot of antennas and a breathing apparatus. That looks a bit like a stormtrooper. Alright, there we go. RX-79 G, a ground force, I guess. Ez8, Ez8, Ez-8 from the MS-08, well, 08th MS 08th doesn't roll off the tongue exactly. MS team, an OVA that came out decades ago. Very nice thing. You should watch it. And there we go. It's a very nice looking kit. HG, but pretty decent, like an interesting giant backpack over there.
From YouTube, Dread said cool.
Hey Dread, how you doing? Welcome. And
from YouTube, Marcel Mendieta said nice.
Yeah, very nice. So, like a little review time now, I guess. So, we built it. It looks nice. It's very short. Yeah, hold on. Let me try to find a RX-78 comparison.
From YouTube, Dread said, I don't remember that backpack from the anime.
I don't remember this backpack either. Apparently, I mean, it's supposed to have a belt that goes through there and like straps onto there's loops here on the thing. This is basically to like, it feels like this is for, because it feels like a parachute. If I can get this off. Okay, need to push down. Okay, there we go. So, because the belt goes through here, it comes with a belt thing. So it goes through there, straps around these things, Then you use, which is interesting, you use the stickers here. It has tape to kind of tape those together like this. So you can imagine this is kind of like this is a parachute. Well, kind of. Doesn't make sense here, but basically, let's go here. So that would be above it, and that loops inside and loops through here and kind of straps over there. So basically it's kind of to break down its fall. But it's basically like a field kit, I feel. Like those giant backpacks they make you carry around the military for training. It has all its camping gear and necessities.
From YouTube, Dread said, "Oh, I do remember them parachuting in the intro. That makes sense."
Yeah, but it's not a parachute. It's like this hangs above it and like breaks the fall with thrusters, or just provides lift here at this point. But yeah, compared to an RX-78, try to focus these guys. It is shorter. It has shorter legs compared to an RX. The RX-78, like the legs in here, the RX-78 is like higher, so it's like it goes up to the shoulder of the RX-78. And now this one guy's slouching a little bit. Okay, there we go. So this guy is a bit taller than this one. It's a shorter. It's just short. That's all. All right. Yeah. It has. I mean, it's okay. It has double jointed knees, which do the whole thing. It has a weird. It's kind of weak little. It's nice that it has a bunch of flaps, but like this part here is a bit weak. I need to find a way to like get this to stay in place a bit better. I don't know if this is gonna be catastrophic or not. I mean, we have a spare. So basically, split this in quarters, or half would have been enough. Just basically just split that in a quarter and try to see if that makes it hold. Nope, did jack shit. That did absolutely nothing. Well, maybe a little bit. Basically, these come out way too easily. But it has like lots of flappy bits on the legs. Flappy bit here, flappy bit on the back, which falls off too easily. Decent movement in the leg. It has toe movement, which is kind of rare. You don't always see that in high-grade kits. Except I guess this guy's also. Yeah, this guy has like. Yeah, this guy does. This is from the origin, so it is one of the better, one of the best probably RX-78 SG kits you can get. And yeah, decent movement. It's very white. It's practical. It's a practical kit. It's from an OVA, so it's like very detailed in the style that they're going for. Nice articulation on the leg. Decent. Oh, it's nice. Oh, very articulated. I separated the front flap, so we have some independent movement here. The back flap is static, although it should have been, well, you can kind of guess that it should have had a hinge. This guy? Nope, this one doesn't either. But yeah, you have, and then you have a bunch of thrusters in the back that are also static. And big ass thing here, which is apparently swappable for a different box of supplies. So, chest, not a lot of movement side to side. Well, unless you go up. I guess. Well, no, not a lot of movement, just a very little bit of movement here. They're basically fighting on tractors, if I feel. Okay, because it's like mobile suits don't generally like move very fast because they're just giant humanoids. I feel like someone on foot with a RPG would probably be able to take those down. Think about it for a second. Just sneak up to a mobile suit and just shoot it in the exhaust port or something, whatever it is. Probably has a weak point. The head has no gimmicks, but it's nice looking. It's different. It has a big chin, which is kind of like a gas mask on top of the face. I don't know why the Gundam would need to breathe, but there you go. It has antennas instead of horn, which is nice. It's bonus points for that. It's nice to see something without horns. They overuse the horns. You have a cover here, which once removed, which doesn't come off easily, but which I guess makes sense. But underneath that, there are some details. You have some detailing here, which is shown. Oops. There. So you basically have to paint that a bit, all the bits and pieces here. But it is underneath the part. I can't. Oh, apparently it gets damaged in the anime and then comes off. That's why we see it like that. This is where the pilot goes, but generally this goes on top. I did modify it a little bit. There was no holes in these little rings. Oops. Ow. Okay. There were no holes in there. I just use a 1mm drill bit here and just drill the hole. You did have the placeholder, like a little depression here for the hole, so just drilled all the way through, so you have a nice little detail on this little thing here. So yeah, that's a little upgrade. You can basically like use that to like a trailer hitch or something. Not trailer hitch, something to like pull things with, I guess. It has nipple piercings. That's what I'm talking about. Nipple piercing. There you go. It comes with this nice little. The arms are kind of ordinary. Nice, decent. Yeah, it's like decent articulation here. You can do a T pose if you need to. Most of them don't do that kind of detail. Like, yeah, it's a regular HG arm, double jointed. Fairly nice. Yeah, ordinary looking arms. So nothing extraordinary, but like decent movement, especially back and front and up and down because of this little gimmick here. So very nice overall. Yeah, there's a nice little detail here that you see in the anime about this little sensor eye camera thing that goes up and down for sensing things. Let me just get rid of the thing here. There's nothing on the back really. The only thing is really the attachment for this thing, which is separate little gimmick here to accommodate
From
larger
YouTube, Marcel Mendieta
things.
said you need to get one of the Blue Destiny brothers. They have a good mold and some improvements. They are from a side story.
Blue Destiny Brothers. Oh, blue GM looking like things? Yeah, I've seen those. But they look like GMs. I'm like, oh, it's a blue GM. Okay. Yeah, the same shield. There you go. This is a very common shield. Yeah, I might give it a go if I get a chance. The problem is, like, I never know when those are going to be in stock. Wherever. If it's in NGUC, I might already have one of those, maybe. I don't know. I need to check. It's like, what if Rumbaral had joined the Federation? the only problem here I'm seeing is like another problem. Well, it has a few issues. Like I mentioned, the heel cover on the back comes off way too easily. It's not really meant. It would have been better if they had used the same kind of hinge thing here they did on the front for the back. Would have made more sense, and it would be like way more solid. But this one doesn't really inspire confidence. Seems to like fall off quite easily. Yeah, like I mentioned, toe movement here, which is nice, not too bad for an SG kit. Hip, skirts, everything. Yeah, so that's about it. The other very interesting thing here is the back
From
part, of
YouTube,
course.
Dread said, yeah, the Blue Destiny units were built off the ground Gundam platform. One of them had a GM head.
Yeah, blue GMs. But yeah. I mean, I might. I need to get, like, it seems like I don't have... I'd get a Zaku, but I wouldn't get a GM. That's how I usually think. So that's why it seems like I don't have any GMs. I thought I did, but turns out I don't. But I don't have like the original Gundam GMs. I have like GMs from Origin, but they are like special type GMs. Yeah, they look better. And a GM from Thunderbolt.
From YouTube, Marcel Mendieta said, yeah, Unit 2 and 3 are more like Gundams.
Is that a manga? Because I'm... Is it OV? Hold on, let me see. Is it from a manga or from a novel or something? Meanwhile, let's review the backpack. So the backpack, yeah, it's interesting and fold back like this. So if you're not, oh, maybe this thing needs to be hinged. You need to find a way to like make that into a hinge, which I think I could do. Just need to drill through this with like a something, maybe 1 millimeter or less, and add a hinge in here so it doesn't come off. Because right now it's kind of like you do have to move it up and down when you're
From YouTube, Dread said they are from a
Doing it.
game, I think titled Side Story.
Yeah, most Gundam games are like console, so I never really played those. Well, I did play like Battleground? No, wait. One that Marcel recommended for a bit. But yeah,
From
I get it.
YouTube, Marcel Mendieta said Side Story of the Blue Destiny.
Oh, they're going hard on the blue thing. Oh, another thing about this thing, the weapons are nice. They're two-toned. And although they are falling apart kind of easily here. They have white, well, this Gundam is mostly white, black and white, with a bit of blue here and there, which makes it practical, I guess. And the weapons are also two-toned, so it's not just one big block of gray. It's two-toned, so well, that's a little thing. It comes with Beam Saber, which is probably not very useful in the atmosphere, but it has this nice little kind of submachine gun looking thing, which I quite like. It has this very nice foldable stock here, which would it be more sense just to have the like gun attached to the arm at this point? Right? Do you need to imitate humans and have it held by the manipulator? But yeah, it's a very nice detail, like the folding stock here. I quite like that. It's very rare to see like weapons that have moving parts in an SG kit. So that's a nice little thing. Although the wrist is kind of limp, which not a fan. It's got a bit of a wrist limp. yeah, other than that, the big old backpack here, I think I mentioned this earlier, comes with a little strap, well, long strap, which is meant to mimic, I guess, it's kind of like a descent module to drop from space or something, or from high atmosphere.
From YouTube, Dread said is the beam saber clear paint kind or the toothpick kind that you have to paint.
Clear. This is number 200, well, no, 155 in the, so yeah, they've started using clear since basically 2005. They were starting to use this from a kit from 2013, so these are clear beams. Oh right, I forgot about those. And actually inverted the legs. Let's get that out. The legs are on the wrong. Look at that, it's a young. Okay, get back in there somehow. And without breaking, hopefully. Okay, things are kind of getting chaotic here. There we go. I'm doing this because I got the positioning legs wrong. Because another gimmick I missed here, the leg have a compartment for the beam saber, which would be nice if it was hinged, meaning like just a simple hinge would have been nice, kind of like this one has a hinge, and just a little hinge would have been nice just to be able to like have this open, which might be doable. And drill a hole over there, just have a little thing sticking out of here, just have it open and close very nicely. But yeah, it has a little tab here you can pull out, and you can access the beam sabers, which are short beam sabers and not very long. They're very small handles as well. Let's find the hands for the beam saber here. Yep, hand for beam saber, very small. Compared to, okay, this guy doesn't have beam sabers, but they're much longer than that usually. He has kind of small hands. Yeah, the hands are kind of small compared to the OG Gundam. And you put your beam saber beams on it. The short beam sabers are not very long. Short sabers, that's what we call them in the business. Let's just do that. That's probably a mistake. There we go. So yeah, short beam sabers. I think not always glow in the dark. Some of them glow in the dark, some of them don't. Which is a mystery why. I feel like many of them I guess after the Revive edition they started doing like glow in the dark ones. But yeah, you can have your beam sabers hidden inside those compartments on the legs, on either side of the legs. We have those here. You're supposed to remove them completely, and if you want to have like a more dynamic thing, you can have it like half open like this, just hanging, and it can be reaching for. It does not, the number of hands you have is kind of limited. You have a fist, a single fist, left, yeah, a left fist, left and right beam saber hands. I guess you should use the fist when you're holding the shield with the and you have one gun holding hand, right hand, which yeah, it would have been nice if we had like most if all kits came with like dual wielding left and right. That would be like the best, but for now we don't have those. Oh, this thing has a handle if you ever want to like, I guess, do something like that, which doesn't necessarily make sense. I guess to stabilize it. Why do you have recoil? You should be you're a giant machine. You should be able to handle a little bit of recoil. What's up with you? Oh, other gimmick. I missed a lot of gimmicks on the leg. That's crazy. So this is another gimmick in the leg. I think the reason this is loose for a reason, I think, but it's not particularly well designed. Yeah, this thing just keeps falling apart. Okay, so this is another gimmick I think is shown in the show. This kind of digs in the ground to give it more stability when it's aiming. It like provides a little bit more stability if it's aiming with the like the knee moves, which is kind of rare. And you have handles on the knees. Look at that. You noticed that before. You have little handles on the knees. Nice little detail. So it has a very real machine feel. Machine, like you look at like military vehicles and stuff like that, they will have lots of attachment points for accessories and not accessories, but like attachment points for things to be bolted on or affixed or strapped on or something. So this thing also has like points for strapping on things and whatnot. Nice little detail. Lots of little small details on this thing. This is a very nice kit from a very nice OVA, which I highly recommend. This should be, I guess it doesn't fold any further than that. Never mind. Oh, I guess you can do that. Can you do a deal? No, not many can do the deal. This one will fall down, but it can do a bridge or reverse it, I don't know. But yeah, it's a very nice kit with lots of small details in the legs, in places you don't expect, with like very nice two-tone weapons, with a nice weapon with a retractable. Like if this was a lesser kit, they would have just like had that fixed in place. But this is like a nice little. Wait, hold on. Did I get that wrong? Let's see. Nope, that's correct. I thought I might have gotten it upside down, but no, this is how it looks. Which is a very nice little thing. But it's more of a submachine gun, so you might not need the stock all that much, unless you're doing sniping with it. But yeah, very nice kit. Well, yeah. For a high-grade kit, it's pretty nice. There have been nicer kits, of course. Origin kits, definitely nicer. Thunderbolt kit, also nicer. But this one's very nice too. So yeah, highly recommend if you manage to get your hands on it. Basically, any kit that's from an OVA, there's a high chance, or even from like a non-long-running show, or basically, well, sometimes even from long-running show, you have like randomly really nice detailed kits. So, oh yeah, the backpack here is like has a kind of interesting how it like locks into there. You can, the box you see in the back here. There's a different kit. The UC Hardgraph. I think this is a ground war set. I think I'm not sure. You get a GM in there, and you get like a few accessories, including a box here for supplies. And you can clip that box onto the same thing on the back here. So let's just put that there. There you go. It clips in place. Very nice. So you got a big old. This is more like a parachute, and the green here is like reminds me of backpacks that the military have. Which is this thing is a military machine, so makes sense. Alright, so I'm gonna dispose. I can get it to behave for a second. Yep. You should avoid moving pod caps too fast. It wears it faster than moving in things slowly. Let's try to balance this a bit. Because it is, I mean, it does stand on its own just fine, but you do kind of want to have the, yeah, that's nice looking pose, although kind of blurry. There you go, nice blurry pose. But yeah, very nice kit, very detailed, lots of surface details there where you can like accent. But yeah, excellent kit from Ez8. Highly recommend, and I think I'm gonna stop here because I'm just rambling at this point. Right, I did mention the belt I'm not using, but it kind of straps around into the thing. Let me just put that here. It is shown in the image here. You see the strap kind of like goes inside. I'm gonna have to like separate that again to like run that inside, and it kind of like straps around the hoops around the shoulders, and you use the stickers kind of mimic tape around it. This is like for descending, and the inside is red. Okay, got it. No, I can do that later. Never mind. Yeah, so there you go. The RX-79G for ground, Ez8, as seen in the OVA Mobile Suit Gundam Rz-8 MS team. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed building it, well, watching me build it. Thank you all for joining in the conversation. Thanks Marcel, thanks Troy, thanks all the people I'm forgetting to mention. Dread in the end. Who else? Terrible Dog, if you're still here. Free Butt. And probably someone I'm forgetting. But yeah, thank you all for joined and watched, and hope to see you. Well, I don't know when. What day is it today? Oh, it's Monday. Damn it. I want to say Friday or Thursday, maybe. We'll see. Things are kind of busy and at the same time not busy. But yeah, I'm gonna try to be do another one by the end of this week. So either Thursday or Friday, I'm gonna, well, you can join the Discord, I guess, if you want notifications about the thing. I just post an update in there every now and then. But it's probably faster to get the updates there than it is to expect YouTube to like tell you. You probably get notifications of like messages quicker via Discord than you do than expecting YouTube to like tell you when something's happening. But yeah, I don't expect people to like get like show up. Like yeah, it's a relaxed streaming thing that I do. All right, anyway, so we got our Gundam doing its thing. Kind of a short guy, this guy. Compared to this guy. Alright, so that's enough of that. So thank you all for watching, and I'm gonna let this spin for a bit while I go get something to eat. And see you guys next time, hopefully. Well, we'll figure out when the next time is, and I'll post something. I need to still figure out like a good schedule.
From YouTube, Marcel Mendieta said bye and good night.
Alright, thank you for watching. Goodbye.
From YouTube, Nerd on the Internet said thanks all for watching. See you next time, probably Friday or Thursday.